Are American Jews traitors? That's not my question, but an accusation made recently by Israeli journalist Hagai Segal. His argument is straightforward. For generations, Jews have prayed 3 times a day for the return to our land. Now, with the state of Israel, our prayers have been answered. The doors are open. And yet most American Jews aren't coming. Thus, he claims they're betraying both Israel and themselves. But is this true? Here's the reality. Only about 22% of American Jews report that they pray daily, and not all of them recite traditional prayers about returning to the land. So already this accusation applies to a relatively small group. And even within that group, many don't view the modern state of Israel as the fulfillment of those prayers. For them, redemption is something that will come miraculously, not through a secular state. So who's left? A very narrow group. Jews who pray regularly for the ingathering of the exiles, who see the state of Israel as the answer to these prayers, and who still choose not to make aliyah. But still, can that be characterized as betrayal? On the one hand, if you believe that God is knocking on the door, that Jewish sovereignty in Israel is part of the redemption, then choosing to remain in the diaspora raises serious questions. But betrayal is a very strong word. It implies not just inconsistency, but conscious rejection. And I don't think American Jews are consciously rejecting Israel. I believe the real issue is a fundamental misunderstanding of what Judaism was originally meant to be. As Rabbi Jonathan Sacks put it, Judaism is the constitution of a self-governing nation. And this is reflected in the many mitzvot that deal with government, warfare, the courts, social justice, international relations, as well as the land itself. But after our exile from the land and the destruction of the temple, we were forced to become a faith-based diaspora religion. And that's what we were for nearly 2,000 years. But then something dramatic happened. In 1948, the State of Israel was established. And with it, Judaism underwent a cataclysmic transformation. We once again became a sovereign nation in our land, meaning that we can now once again reclaim the Torah as the blueprint for our lives as a nation. So the problem isn't that American Jews are traitors. It's that many Jews are still living in a diaspora mindset, even though Jewish history and Judaism itself have entered a dramatic new phase. So what's the solution? Not denunciation, but education. We need schools and teachers who educate their students about the centrality of the land of Israel in the Torah, who teach Torah as a blueprint for Jewish life as a sovereign nation, and who encourage aliyah as an important religious goal. And it also means that we should teach our students that the prayers for the return to the land are not merely poetic expressions, but an actual call to Jews in America and elsewhere, that it is time to come home.